Sunrise is on the road today in Laie, and as beautiful as it is today, there are a lot of arguments as to where this community should head in its future. And we wanted to invite here today a junior from UH. His name is Nick Farrant, and he's been studying how communities develop, and he also grew up in Sunset Beach. And we wanted to talk to him a little bit more about what he believes should be the future here. Good morning to you, Nick.
Morning.
Now, you mentioned that you grew up in Sunset Beach, but you had kind of a unique perspective in that you came from country to town pretty much every day.
Yeah.
What did you see?
Like you said, I grew up in Palmaloo, Sunset Beach, which is actually a part of Ko'olauloa here. Every morning, you know, as a student, I caught the bus from Pupukea, which is on one end of Ko'olauloa, all the way through Ko'olauloa, all the way to Kamehameha schools, and I did that for 13 years. And in those years, I was able to see, you know, just the beauty of Ko'olauloa day in and morning and afternoon. That really gave me a perspective of the value and importance of this place.
Also, I think what's interesting in your perspective is the things that you saw that stayed the same and the things that you saw really change. What were some of those?
I think overall, Ko'olauloa has stayed essentially the same for the past, 15, 20 years.
And that's the beauty of it, right?
That's the beauty of it. And one thing that has changed is there's been more traffic in the past few years, and that's likely due to an influx of visitors from Honolulu, both residents and visitors to our islands.
Now, you mentioned that we had talked also about the hotel that's being built out here off of Kamehameha Highway. Now, do you think the hotel is too much? Is it too big? Are there too many things coming into this area? I
gotta say, I'm only 20 years old, but like I said, I've been catching the bus to and from town from Ko'olauloa here for 13 of my years of my life, and this hotel and the developments at the Polynesian Cultural Center would be some of the biggest changes I've seen.
Good or bad for you?
It's not what I'd like to see here. I believe the hotel is too tall, it's too close to the highway, and it doesn't really reflect the rural kind of community lifestyle that we want to have, that I'd like to see out here in Ko'olauloa.
Well, look, this is going to be your community one day. We look to the young generation. Is there something that you would like to see? Because a lot of people say what we have now is not sustainable. People can't afford to live here who are local. There are not enough jobs. So is there one thing that you think they should do here in this community?
I think one possible solution for people here in the community is not to look so much at these types of hotel and tourism developments as a potential economy, but to look at agriculture and modes of community self-sustainability, self-subsistence as modes of development. And especially here in a rural community, I think those alternatives could lead to economic activity that could sustain us here.
Okay, well, Nick Farrant, who has grown up here, it's good to hear your perspective on what you would like to see in Laie and on the North Shore. We want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you.